Day 2, Sunday. We just came back from visiting 2 churches. The services were pretty fantastic. The worship was probably the biggest and loudest that I've ever heard, and just so much fun glorifying God through the worship. Even though we didn't even know what the people were saying, just joining in worship was a blast. And now we are waiting for lunch. We're going to get a tour of the Grace Village shortly after, and hopefully I can capture some of that.
So if you don't understand something, or just raise your hand or whatever, and then ask your question or ask me to repeat. The only thing is, just remember where we were, because I'm also, that's my disclaimer, although it's unproven. So was it Triple HPT, ADD, whatever? Okay. Yeah, so ADD. Most musicians are, so that's not going to be my disclaimer if I forget where we are. But anyways, welcome to Grace International, welcome to Haiti again. This here, the building that we're living in. Oh, you're recording the whole thing? Yeah. That's why I was posing for photos. Okay, once again, welcome to Grace International. Welcome to Haiti, and we're here in Carrefour, and this building here is the building that we're staying in, obviously. And we're gonna walk as we go, but it's scheduled to be. It started construction in 2004. Scheduled to be the children's hospital. There is only one other children's hospital in the country, and it is a 30-bed hospital. It's a 30-bed hospital. And this is scheduled to be a 200-bed hospital. It is Madame Hart, and you met her in church this morning. She is really big into kids and children, and so I would say most of our projects are geared toward children and helping the society. But this is supposed to be a children's hospital of 200 beds. In 2004 we started building, and in 2006 we stopped because we were partnering with another organization, and we kind of separated our ways. So now we're still kind of waiting for another partner and working on little by little completing it ourselves. But right after the earthquake, you guys have heard of Doctors Without Borders? Well, they came in and helped out, and they actually took over the first floor, and we're helping about 300 people a day coming in, and all that was free care. That people were coming from all over the country, really, to come here. And so it was a really great blessing, and they had a malaria ward, a cholera ward, delivery stuff, and just all kinds of stuff going on, even a little mini morgue down there. So it was a pretty good thing. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Mali, unfortunately for Haiti, they moved to another country in Africa, Mali, because they felt like the emergency was somewhat over after a year. So they moved over to somewhere else. But the year that they were here was very much of a blessing, and we're hoping to connect with another medical organization as well to help.
Can you tell us which room the morgue was in?
It's not upstairs, it's downstairs. So while we're waiting for another partner, we're using it here as our guest quarters, because our guest quarters have been totally destroyed. The building to your right is now being used as storage, but in the beginning it was used as our dining hall for our children, and that was an accessory or to complete our program, which is called the Lord's Kitchen. The Lord's Kitchen is to your left, and the program of the Lord's Kitchen is really, it's the program where, it's a feeding program, and Grace International has several feeding programs, but what makes this unique is that it brings volunteers along with the national staff to actually cook together. So it's not just distributing food, but you guys actually get to prepare and cook the food, and that always makes it fun. One funny story is we had a team come in, and it was during American Thanksgiving week, and she was adamant of making turkey for the kids in the camp. Well, I guess in the States you guys just already have it butterballed, pre-prepared. Well, we had to kill the turkey right here, pull out all the feathers, do all that kind of stuff, and she just thought it was just gonna like throw water and throw it in. And there's no oven, so it was like on charcoal and everything. Fine to meet you that day. The kids did not eat any meat. But
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, you killed turkeys?
Yes. So yeah, it wasn't fun at all. But yeah, I think it was funny because you would see them arguing, and it's a program that I don't put translators in, so they have to point and just make it work together. So it's always fun, and it was quite an experience seeing them argue about their ways to prepare the turkey. But one thing though, and this week you'll get a chance to do the distributions, is Lord's Kitchen is very, very special, especially here and the Grace Village, the camp that's here, is if we don't do Lord's Kitchen, some families literally go without food. They will go without food for the day. There's one lady close to living out here that I hadn't seen for like a week. I'm like, hey, where have you been? She's like, oh, well, you guys don't cook. I'm like, what does it have to do with you? Like, well, every morning I leave out really early and then come back really late because I can't hear all my kids crying all day long for food, so I just let them go. And by the time she comes back, they're asleep, and so she doesn't have to deal with that kind of stuff because she feels more pain to just be there. And so it's a really good blessing when we do the Lord's Kitchen. We do it mostly for kids. The kids come in first, and as their food, we give older people. But the children now become the breadwinners for their families, because you'll see them come in with their bowls, and that's the bowl that's going to be served for the whole family, mother, father, brothers, siblings, whatever there is in the household. That little bowl is what's serving people. So just think of that and how much of a blessing you're being. There's a lot of unfinished house even before the place. But just think of it, it takes you 30 years to build your home, and in 45 seconds you lose everything. Your house, your car, your child. So it's been a really psychological damage to a lot of people for what has happened. But like all here used to be tents. All here was tents going on. In some places, like here, you can see the squares of the little tents going on, and their houses are probably smaller than what your bathroom is at home. So, and a lot of these tents, the average person having it is probably 5. So, from 2 people, and I know a family who has 13 people in their tent. So, it's a lot. Morning. So, the church is another example of how it takes a long time to build. The church was building in 1982. It still wasn't. But one of the blessings, I guess, provisions God made was
Hey, you! Careful. You're not. That was sarcastic. Thank you for wanting to do that. I would have done it, yeah. I don't care about one of those guys. Honestly, I'll ask. You know, I'll dig in to make sure. There's the bunk. Foreigner. Hey, you. Hi. Hey, you. Oh, oh, oh. Papa.